How did Spain lose most of its South American empire in less than one generation? During the early 19th century, a chain of revolutions and wars transformed South America. Across the continent, colonial societies challenged Spanish authority, armies crossed the Andes, and new republics emerged, but independence was not achieved in one battle, and it was not won by one man. This documentary focuses on the Spanish colonies of South America. Brazil followed a different path and gained independence from Portugal in 1822. Before the wars, Spain governed a vast American empire through colonial administrations, appointed officials, regulated trade and taxation. People born in Spain, known as peninsulares, often held the highest offices. Creoles, people of Spanish descent born in the Americas, could be wealthy and influential, but were frequently excluded from the top levels of government. Indigenous peoples, Africans, enslaved people, and mixed-race communities faced different forms of colonial inequality, forced labor, legal discrimination, and limited political power. Yet colonial society was not united. The crisis began in Europe in 1808. Napoleon invaded the Iberian Peninsula, forced the Spanish King Ferdinand VII from power, and placed his brother on the Spanish throne. With the monarchy disrupted, a basic question spread across the empire: who had the right to govern? In several American cities, local juntas claimed to act in the king's name. At first, many demands were for autonomy rather than immediate separation. As the conflict deepened, autonomy increasingly became independence. In northern South America, Simón Bolívar became one of the leading military and political figures. Venezuelan by birth, Bolívar is remembered as El Libertador or the Liberator. His campaigns depended on allies, regional forces, and ordinary soldiers. In 1819, his army crossed difficult terrain and defeated royalist forces at the Battle of Boyac, helping secure New Granada and opening the way to Gran Colombia. Bolívar was crucial in the north, but he did not personally liberate every country in South America. While northern campaigns continued, another strategy developed in the south. José de San Martín led a movement based around Buenos Aires and the Rio de la Plata. Independence was formally declared in 1816. San Martín organized an army, gathered supplies, and crossed the Andes into Chile. He worked closely with Bernardo O'Higgins, and their forces defeated the Royalists at the Battle of Mape in 1818, helping secure Chilean independence. The campaign then moved toward Peru, the strongest remaining center of Spanish power. San Martín reached Peru, and Peruvian independence was proclaimed in 1821, but a declaration did not end the war. The decisive phase was led in part by Antonio José de Sucre. On December 9, 1824, Sucre's forces defeated the Royalist army at the Battle of Ayacucho. Ayacucho marked the decisive collapse of Spanish military power on the South American mainland, while resistance and political consolidation continued. By the middle of the 1820s, most Spanish South American colonies had become independent states. The result was not instant stability or equality. Years of war damaged economies and communities. Leaders argued over republics, centralization, and regional autonomy. Gran Colombia later broke apart. Indigenous, African-descended, mixed-race, and poor communities had fought and endured the war, yet political power often remained concentrated among elites. Political independence and social equality were not the same achievement. South America's independence was not the result of a single uprising or a single hero. It emerged from the weakness of the Spanish monarchy, local political demands, Enlightenment ideas, social tensions, and years of military struggle. Bolívar, San Martín, Sucre, O'Higgins, and thousands of ordinary soldiers and civilians all played different roles. The story runs from 1808 through 1824 and the political consolidation of the mid-1820s. Brazil gained independence from Portugal, not Spain. So did independence bring true freedom immediately or begin a new struggle to build stable and equal nations? If you enjoyed this documentary, subscribe for more stories from world history and leave your opinion in the comments.